Everybody, this is David Harris, and I will be presenting today's product training for the Healthy Living Essentials team. And today I'm really excited to be talking about the new doTERRA Emotional Aromatherapy products that were announced at the convention. I'm just sitting here. I have my new Motivate blend just under my nose so I can smell it, and I'm drinking my tea that's made with hot water, honey, and peppermint and cardamom, just a drop each, really strong, but it wakes you right up and clears out all the cobwebs and gets your voice going. So welcome to the meeting, and we will get right into it. What I'm going to do is talk about, I'm presenting information that was presented at the convention by Dr. Hill. He did say that the slides that he presented would be made available, but we are so fast on these things and ahead of the game that I don't have the slides available yet, so I kind of had to piece them together and do my own. But there will be a real nice set of slides that will become available that has all the information. And of course, I'm recording this so that it can be replayed later as well. But I'm going to go through kind of the same way that Dr. Hill did to talk about the reasoning behind the blends, how they were formulated, and then what they can do and how to use them. Okay? So starting out, you're all familiar with essential oils and with the emotional benefits that we get from essential oils. And we have some main classes of plants that we get the essential oils from. You've got your florals, your trees, your herbs and grasses, your mints, your citrus, and your spices. And we're all familiar with these, nothing new, but you might not understand why these work for emotional benefits or how they work. So to start with the florals, and there's lots of chemicals. These are very complex chemically aromatic substances. And so when I say that florals have alcohol, that's true, but they also have some of the other things, and they have, hundreds of compounds. And so I'm simplifying here by saying that the main component that you're going to see in florals are the alcohols. And the alcohols have a calming and a soothing effect. Now this isn't your wood alcohol or your moonshine alcohol. These are the alcohols that occur naturally in all living things, all living plants, and are present in even more amounts in the florals. So they have those calming and soothing effects. Trees have sesquiterpenes, and those have a renewing quality for our emotions. Herbs and grasses are heavily comprised of esters and oxides that have a relaxing effect on the nervous system. So on the left-hand side, you can see all the calming, soothing, renewing, and relaxing. If we move to the right-hand side, you've got your mints with ketones, and those are very energizing. The citruses have monoterpenes, which are uplifting. And I'm sure you've all experienced that as you've opened any of the citrus oils or blends. And then the spices, which have aldehydes and phenols, and those are also known to be invigorating. So what you can do is align these in a circle and see what the benefits would be from blending these different families of products. So for example, if you blend your mints and your citrus, you get something that's both energizing and uplifting. Citrus and spices will give you something that's uplifting while being invigorating as well. And then your herbs, grasses, and spices, you're going to have an invigorating blend that's also relaxing. Now that might seem like an oxymoron or something that are opposites, but you can be relaxed while still being invigorated, excited about life. Okay, does that make sense? Same thing with trees and herbs. You can get a blend that's relaxing while it's renewing. Florals and trees, you're renewing while you're calming and soothing. And then, of course, to finish it up, if you mix the florals and the mints, you get something that's calming and soothing and yet energizing. Okay, now this is just my Kluge slide, putting it in a circle because I couldn't get a good enough quality of what doTERRA will give to you and has offered. But this is my, let's go back one more. So given all these blends and ways that you can do it, I want to introduce the new blends that were introduced at convention. So we have the Motivate Encouraging Blend, the Cheer Uplifting Blend, the Passion Inspiring Blend, the Forgive Renewing Blend, the Console Comforting Blend, and the Peace Reassuring Blend. And you can see the little bottles down there on the left-hand corner. So they are individual bottles, but the exciting thing is that they're sold as a kit, and that's how you probably want to get them the first time because you do save some money. Okay, so these are the new blends. And then, as I mentioned earlier, doTERRA does provide, this is actually a picture I took with my phone of the box lid. Okay, so you've got all the blends with a really easy guide to show how to use them, which ones are a little more sensitive because obviously they've got the spices or some herbs in there that are a little bit stronger. And then the ones that you can use neat. None of these are to be used internally. Part of that is because they've got some of the vanilla absolute or some other things that you just wouldn't use internally, like the tree oils. And then you've got the name of it, so you can see both the brand name as well as the description of each of the blends. Okay, so this will come with each of your boxes, and there's also a wall size poster that they gave us at convention that has all this information on it. Now the really exciting thing is the wheel that's in the middle. This is something that Dr. Hill has used in the past. It's actually a more complex wheel that he had, but this is a simplified version, and he uses it for his aromatherapy instruction and aroma touch technique instruction as well. So you can look at the purple circle in the middle, and what it shows is all the different types, well maybe not all, so it shows all these different types of emotions that can be considered to be negative emotions, okay, or something that you might want to modify. Now obviously grieving is healthy, sadness is healthy. Some of these hurt is healthy in some ways. Others, not so much. And so what you're trying to do here isn't you're not trying to self-medicate. You're not trying to, this is where people who use drugs and alcohol get in trouble, is because what they're doing is killing the emotion. Where what these will do is help your body to deal with the emotion, help to soften the emotion so that then you can do what you do best, which is think positively about the cause of the emotion and what you're going through, and be able to have the healing process start. Okay, so these are all different negative type emotions, and so what you would do, if you're feeling discouraged or apathetic, you can see those right at the top of the circle. You would say, okay, motivate's probably the blend that I want to try, and you would try the motivating blend. Same thing with anxious or fearful, or distressed or somber. Those are right lined up with peace and with cheer. Now, if you're feeling gloomy or insecure, then you've got a choice, okay, because these blends have things in common with each other. And so you might want to decide, well, I'm feeling insecure, but I'd rather try the motivate than the peace, or vice versa. And everyone's body reacts differently anyway. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with feeling anxious and wanting to use motivate. Okay, so don't get locked in to the wheel, but use the wheel as a guide. And if motivate, doesn't appeal to you right then, or your body's not asking for it as strongly as it's asking for peace, then use the peace. Okay, and same all the way around. So if you're feeling angry or ashamed, then the forgive might be the one you're looking for, both to forgive others and to forgive yourself. Right now I've got a little bit of that motivate on just because I just wanted to try it and wanted to be able to say I was using it while I was giving this discussion. But I have tried these, and I'm a believer. I think that they help me. So hopefully they'll be that for you as well. Now the other really nice thing is when you buy the kit, and again this is just from my camera, but this is what it looks like. So you get a really nice little presentation box with all 6 oils and a raised clear plastic platform, so it just looks really cool. And then you've got the aromatherapy wheel there, showing all the blends and what they do and how to, and the different moods. And then off to the left, of course, an explanation about just aromatherapy and a little bit of the science behind it and how we're dealing with emotions. And then it actually gives you instructions on how to choose the blend and select one that's right for you. Okay, it says you may find 2 or more blends that are appropriate to balance your varied emotions at any given moment. So obviously our emotions are a little more complex than what was shown there on the wheel. So if you need 2 or 3 of these blends, go for it. Okay, and then some basic use instructions for these blends as well. So really nice. I was really impressed with both the presentation and the depth of the information given with the oils, so that they really are useful to people right off the bat. Okay, you can be completely confident in gifting this to somebody, buying it for yourself, and starting to use it in classes. Okay, so a little bit more detail about each of the oils. I'm not going to go into all the normal detail about the chemistry and the composition of the blends, but I'll show you how to get to that information. Okay, so Motivate is the one, of course, we call the encouraging blend. It says to apply to shirt collar before giving a speech to instill feelings of confidence. promotes feelings of confidence, courage, and belief, and counteracts the negative emotions of doubt, pessimism, and cynicism. You can apply it to pulse points before participating in sporting events or other competitions. I think I'm going to try this before my volleyball match today. Then we have the Cheer Uplifting Blend, which would promote feelings of optimism. It counteracts the negative emotions of feeling down, blue, or low. You can diffuse it at home, work, or school to promote a positive, uplifting environment. And I'll tell you, this one smells awesome. Okay, so it's got the citrus in it, and it has the spices in it. And it's not super strong. It's not like it's going to overpower, but it just has a really, really nice aroma to it that's going to be uplifting for sure. So it provides a cheerful boost of happiness and positivity when you are feeling down. I like the way they said that. Okay, moving on to Passion. This is the Inspiring Blend. Diffuse it in the morning to start the day feeling energized and enthusiastic. And obviously, anytime you diffuse, you can also just put a drop in your hands and breathe it for a while. Apply to pulse points into the heart throughout the day to feel inspired and passionate. Diffuse at work to spark creativity, clarity, and wonder. Wouldn't you like to have some of that in your coworkers sometimes? And ignites feelings of excitement, passion, and joy. Next, we have the Forgive Blend. The Forgive Blend is the Renewing Blend. So it promotes feelings of contentment, relief, and patience. It can counteract negative emotions of anger and guilt, both at yourself and at others. Diffuse when meditating to help release those feelings that you might be harboring of anger and guilt. And again, apply to pulse points and heart throughout the day to feel grounded and content. I really like the Forgiving Blend as well. Console is the Comforting Blend. This is when you're feeling sad or grieving or hurt or worried or even fearful. It promotes feelings of comfort and hope. It counteracts negative emotions of grief, sadness, and hopelessness. Diffuse it during times of loss to comfort the soul and evoke feelings of hope. And you can use 1 or 2 drops in the diffuser of your choice, as you can with all of these. We also have the Peace Blend. So the Peace is the Reassuring Blend that you would use when you're feeling worried or fearful, anxious, or insecure. So it promotes those feelings of peace, reassurance, and contentment when you're anxious and fearful. Diffuse at nighttime to promote a calming environment and restful sleep. I used this one last night, and it does have that calming effect. It kind of switches off your replay button in your mind and your fast forward button, I guess, where your mind's just kind of spinning with all the things that you're concerned about or that might be happening tomorrow. And so use peace for that, promoting that calming environment and restful sleep. Diffuse or inhale before taking a test. Won't this be nice for some of your children too, or presenting to a large group or in times of worry or distress? Okay, so hopefully this gives you a feeling of the power and the benefit of these blends. I think these are going to be a really powerful addition to the arsenal of essential oils that we're already sharing today. Now, where to get more information? Right now you can find out on the doTERRA blog the product data sheet that's for the whole system. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit more general. It's going to talk about the whole system. It does show the blends, and it talks about how to use them, but it's not specific to any one blend. Excuse me. You can also see the part number, the wholesale price, the retail price, and the point value. I'm really hoping, and I'll be very surprised if they don't make this one of the enrollment kits, and so that would just be awesome. But you can see the price there. There is a cost difference. If you buy the oils individually, you're going to pay about 9% more than you would if you buy the kit. If you buy the oils separately, you'll get exactly the same point value as the wholesale dollar cost in U.S. dollars. It's a little bit different for the kit, and I think that's because you're paying for the packaging and the nice display that you're getting. And so it'll cost $150, but you give up 9 points on that, which may not be a big deal. I don't think it is. You do save $16, which is the 9%, when you buy the whole thing as a kit. Okay, now, they don't have the other product data sheets available yet online because this doesn't go on sale until October 1st. And so October 1st, it should show up in your shopping tab, and you should be able to go in and select it as items. But I was able to scan. I do have a set of all the product data sheets for the new products that were introduced at convention, and so I was able to just to scan that page so you can see what it'll look like. And I really encourage you for all of the products to go out and look at the product data sheets and even print them off and keep them with you, because that's completely compliant language. It has all the information that you need, and really is your go-to for correct and compliant information about all the products. So this is the Motivate, and you can see it shows the bottle, and this is where you can see the ingredient list. So you can see that Motivate includes peppermint plant, clementine peel. So right off the bat, you can see the mint and the citrus. And then they also have some coriander seed, basil, yuzu peel, whatever that is. I'm trying to read this so it's a little bit fuzzy. Melissa, rosemary, and vanilla bean. Okay, so the primary ingredients are going to be that mint and citrus, but Dr. Hill said they use their chemists. These are people with, master's degrees in chemical and PhD degrees in chemistry who have blended these blends, and they're looking for exactly that right chemical composition, both with the mint and the citrus, to make sure those are in there, and then to complement those with some of the others, so they get not only a very pleasing aroma, but also a very effective oil to use for what you're trying to accomplish here. Okay, so again, the primary benefits are the ones that we talked about, and the uses are exactly the ones that I read through on those little individual sheets. Okay, so you'll get all of that with the product data sheet, as well as how to use it and any precautions. Okay, so hopefully that's going to be really useful for you. I do encourage you to do it not only for these new products, but also for all the products that you're using or that you're sharing with other people, just so you have that information. That is everything that I have for you today. I tried to go a little bit quickly because there was a lot of information, but hopefully this is useful to you. Let me quickly go to the chat to see if there's any questions. I'll take any questions now that you might have. So far I don't see any. I'm sorry you can't see my screen now. This system doesn't allow you to do both. Okay, if there are no questions, I encourage you to go out to the doTERRA blog, to the business page, and other places where they've announced the new products. Look through all the new products and be ready, because this is going to be a really, really easy order for October. There's some really, really great products, and you'll be hearing about all these great products over the next several weeks as we present these product trainings. Okay, so that's what we'll be focused on, and hopefully this has been useful to you. Share it with your friends, and make sure that they're all aware of this, all of those on your team. So one question is, so can you buy the singles? And the answer is yes. The singles come with full point value like all the oils and blends do. I do have the prices. I just didn't want to put them all up, but you can see those on the product data sheets when they come out. Forgive is $20 and Passion is $42, so that's kind of the range that you'll see. Most of them are in the 20s, okay, and Passion just has some of the more rare and expensive oils in it, as you might expect. So those are in there. The kit itself will be $159. Again, you save $16 if you bought each of the oils individually, and you get full point value. And then, again, hopefully the kit will become an enrollment kit, and then it becomes even better if it can include the enrollment fee. Okay, well, that's the only question I saw, and obviously I'll post this on the Facebook page for the product training. If you have other questions, go ahead and ask them there, and I can answer those for everybody at the same time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.